You've seen it 1,000 times. You stand up, just for a second, and by the time you turn around, they're already there, curled up, eyes half closed, acting like they own the place. And you do what most of us do. You sigh, you laugh a little. You think, typical cat. But here's what I want you to consider. What if that sigh is exactly what they're waiting for? What if this tiny, predictable habit, the one you've dismissed as quirky, annoying, or just a cat being a cat, is actually a message? A message you've been missing your whole life with them? And what if the way you respond to it is quietly shaping the entire relationship? By the end of this video, you're not going to see that empty chair the same way again, and you might realize something that changes how you look at your cat forever. Let's start with what everyone gets wrong. Most people will tell you, your cat steals your seat because it's warm. And okay, yes, cats do prefer temperatures between 86 and 97 degrees Fahrenheit, so the heat matters. But if it were just about warmth, they'd sleep on a heating pad. They'd pick the sunbeam. They wouldn't wait for your chair. Because here's what's really going on. When you sit somewhere, you leave behind more than body heat. You leave behind a chemical map. Cats have scent glands in their cheeks, their chin, their paw pads. Every time you sit, you are painting that spot with your unique signature. To your cat, that chair isn't just warm. It's a glowing, silent sign that says, "No threats here. I was safe 5 seconds ago." So you will be too. Science shows that novelty and unpredictability are major sources of stress for cats. Familiar scent means predictability. Predictability means safety. So when your cat takes your seat, this is what they're really saying. This is the safest place in the world. Because you just proved it was safe. But that's only the first layer. Because what happens next is something most owners never realize. Here's where we get it backwards. We think cats are solitary, independent. Maybe they tolerate us, but they don't need us the way dogs do. A 2023 review in the Veterinary Journal completely dismantled that idea. Domestic cats aren't asocial. They're facultatively social, which means their social behavior is flexible. But when they bond deeply. And one of the most intimate ways they bond is through something called allo marking. When two cats are close, really close, they rub their faces on each other. They groom each other. They sleep touching. They're not just being cute. They are literally mixing their scents to create a shared identity, a family smell. So when your cat sits in your seat, they're not just enjoying your scent. They are deliberately adding theirs to it. This is your cat saying, "You smell like me. I smell like you. We belong together." It's not stealing. It's an invitation. But here's where it gets strange. Because this behavior isn't just affection, it's also politics. You probably think of your cat as either bossy or submissive. But cats are actually much more socially sophisticated than we give them credit for. Your cat knows that chair is yours. It's not just a spot, it's a high-value resource, a resting place, a territory, a throne. In households with multiple cats, and even between you and your cat, there's an unspoken negotiation around resources. Who gets the prime sleeping spot? Who gets first access to food? Territorial cats will block access to valuable things. But your cat? They don't challenge you directly. They wait until you leave. By sliding into your chair the moment you stand up, they're claiming the most valuable resource in the room, in a way that avoids conflict entirely. It's not a power grab. It's a brilliantly subtle move. This is your cat saying, "I respect that this is yours. But when you're gone, I'm the one in charge." It's a mix of dominance and submission. They're testing the boundaries without ever crossing them. And that's fascinating. But the next point? This is where it gets genuinely emotional. And for some of you, this might hit close to home. If your cat dives onto your seat the second you stand up, if it feels urgent, almost compulsive, then this isn't just about comfort. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University did something remarkable. They took the same attachment test used for human babies, and they gave it to cats. The results? 64% of cats showed a secure attachment to their owners. Let that sink in. Cats form bonds with us that are psychologically equivalent to the bond between a child and a parent. And when those bonds are, strong separation triggers something real. Cats show the same signs of distress as dogs. Vocalizing, searching, restlessness. When you leave, your cat's stress response activates. Their HPA axis, the system that controls stress hormones, releases cortisol. They are, quite literally, experiencing a physiological reaction to your absence. And what do? They go to the place that smells most like you. They bury themselves in your warmth. They use your scent to regulate themselves. This is your cat saying, "Your absence hurts." This is how I survive it. It's not cute. It's not quirky. It's vulnerability. And that vulnerability is about to take us somewhere deeper than most cat owners ever go. Now, we go back to the very beginning of your cat's life. Between 2 and 7 weeks of age, the sensitive period for socialization, kittens are learning what's safe, what's dangerous, who to trust. And one of the earliest lessons they learn is this: when my mother leaves her spot, I go there. Because her spot is safe. Kittens who are handled more during this window grow up to be more social, less fearful. But that core instinct, seeking the mother's resting place, is hardwired from infancy. It's a survival mechanism. So when your adult cat takes your seat, they aren't being a jerk. They're regressing. They're becoming a kitten again in that moment because they feel safest right where you just were. This is your cat saying, "You are my mother. You are where safety begins." It's one of the most profound expressions of trust a cat can give you. But here's the part most people never consider, and it's the part that might keep you up. Tonight, most cat owners react to this behavior without thinking. A push, a sigh, a frustrated get down, and it feels harmless. You're just taking your chair back. But to your cat, you're rejecting a message. The 2023 paper on cat social myths made this painfully clear. False beliefs about cats being asocial lead owners to ignore their emotional needs. And when owners use punishment, even something as mild as a loud no or physically moving the cat, it's interpreted as social rejection, not discipline, rejection. That rejection creates stress. And chronic stress in cats isn't just emotional, it's physical. It's linked to feline, idiopathic cystitis, over-grooming until they're bald, house soiling, behavior problems that owners mistake for spite, but are actually cries for help. And here's the hardest truth in this entire video. Behavior problems rooted in fear and anxiety are one of the top reasons cats are surrendered to shelters, and in many cases, euthanized. Not because the cat was bad, but because the message they were sending was never understood. This is your cat saying, "I am trying to tell you how much I need you. Please don't push me away." And if you ignore that message, if you keep pushing, you aren't just losing your chair. You're slowly, quietly, breaking the trust they built with you from the very beginning. So next time your cat steals your seat, I want you to pause. Don't sigh. Don't push. Just look at them. That's not a cat being difficult. That's a message you've been missing your whole life together. It's safety. It's family. It's vulnerability. It's a kitten reaching for its mother. It's a friend trying to create a shared identity. And how you respond, whether you welcome it or reject it, will shape your relationship for years. If you want to honor the message without losing your spot, here's what you can do. Don't punish. Instead, pre-scent a blanket or a cat bed. Rub it on your clothes. Put it nearby. Give them an alternative that still smells like you. And if the behavior feels obsessive, if they're diving for the seat the second you move, don't ignore that. Ask yourself, what else in their life feels unpredictable? More routine, more hiding spaces, more enrichment. A cat who needs your scent that urgently isn't spoiled. They're struggling. Your cat isn't being difficult. They're being honest. And that kind of honesty, from an animal who could choose to ignore you, who could walk away, who doesn't need you to survive, that's not just cute. That's one of the deepest compliments you will ever receive. So next time you stand up and they slide into your seat before it even cools, pause, look at them, and recognize it for what it really is. They're not stealing anything, they're telling you something. And now, finally, you know how to hear it. If this changed how you see your cat, drop a comment. I'd love to know what they do that suddenly makes sense now. And if you want to go deeper into feline behavior, I've got more videos that might surprise you. Thanks for watching.